Yesterday folder was back in, I have a folder somewhere. Month 7. Node app folder. You can open CMD here. In Node app folder, you can open the CMD. Code space dot enter. Code space dot enter. Steady file will get open. So this one was returning the data in the form of JSON array of object. This one was as a single dimensional array. Okay. Now this data what we have called in the front end, we will utilize this data. We'll try to give this data to JavaScript fetch function. JavaScript fetch function will read both the data from here as well as from the page 3, and we'll try to display inside the page in normal any kind of format. Okay, so hope you are ready. Next, in the same folder, create a file. Give file name call this one book.html. Book.html. In book.html, data has to come from the Node.js file. Okay, in book.html, data has to come from the Node.js file. So what we have to do first, Node.js has to compile. Correct? So we have two files. One is the first one called page 2, another one is called page 3. Page 2 and page 3. So at a time, how many files you can compile here? One or more than one? Only one we can compile, right? So let's compile first one, page 1. Okay? Page 2. Page 2. So node mon space page 2. Node mon space page 2. So now API is ready to use in the front end. API is ready to use under the front end once you compile it. Compile the page 2, node mon page 2.js. Page is compiled for everyone. We can check on this URL whether data is coming or not. Data should come. Okay. Now we are going to hand over this data to the HTML file. So we have created a file called book.html. Come in that. HTML head script. Okay. Next, under the script, we will do something. Follow the body tag, and on the load of body tag, call a function called getBook. Write a function called getBook. Page function. What will be the URL of page function? Localhost colon 4111. Okay. Dot then response is going to come in the form of JSON. So what we'll write here? Response dot JSON. Backend is giving the data in the form of JSON. So we have to use JSON function here to revert back to the array format. Second, then function will give you the book array. Book array. This book array we have to do console.log. Book array console.log. Book array console.log. Write it slowly. We cannot run the HTML file directly. Okay. Server is running, Node.js is running on some port number. The HTML file also has to run through the live server only. Without live server, communication will not happen. It will say cross origin problem. One is somewhere else, second one is somewhere else. The communication will not happen. So in that case, the home.book.html must run through the live server only. And where it will run? In that browser. Which browser? Chrome. Where you have the extension. Cross origin request clause. Now. No sir, if I am running in Mozilla. In Mozilla it will say, it will not allow, because both are different caste here. One will not allow the data to other. It will say, I don't know who are you. Who? Node.js. Node.js will say request has come from the client. But who is the client? Unknown client. The Node.js will refuse to give the data. That is called what? Cross origin, blocked cross origin. Okay. Then in that case, the what extension we have installed, that extension will say authenticated user, please provide the data. That will be kind of a third person authenticator. It is saying like authenticator. Guarantor, you know, no? Guarantor. In the bank, there will be called guarantor. So what is the guarantor? Guarantor will say like, a guarantor will say to the bank manager, no, this person I know, open the account for him. So what will happen? Bank will trust, and bank will say, okay, no problem, I'll open the account for him. If you go unknown person, then bank will say, I don't know who are you. Why we should open the account for you? Okay, next come then. So everyone have written. Now live server, I don't know it is available in every computer or not. Everyone's system having the live server or not. So what you can do, you can go to the extension. And in extension here, you need to go to the extension, and then in extension you need to write here a live server name called 𝕷𝖊𝖆𝖵 live server. 𝕷𝖊𝖆𝖵 live server. 𝕷𝖊𝖆𝖵 live server. Many live servers will come, no? Live server. But if it is not installed, then some other live server also may come.
First one is there.
First one, that is installed in my computer.
Every computer I will from Microsoft. Creator is from Microsoft.
Live server record दिखा रहा. This is for HTML file. It's installed already. I have installed it. One. Okay, then all having this one. Definitely, whoever attended my classes previously, they will have. अभी देखो एक आदमी नया था वो लॉग आउट हो गया because it's become bounce for him. इसलिए understanding is important. No fetch function. What is this line? Okay, चलिए let's go now. So we'll run this file through live server. Which browser will open? You have to check. If it is opening in Chrome, Mozilla, then you need to copy this URL. If it is opening in Mozilla, then open this URL and open the URL in Chrome. Okay. Then look at the console. Look at the console. It is saying here the array. Run your live server this way. Do the right click and open with the live server. Right click, open with the live server. Open with the live server. Open with the live server. Then in Mozilla, Chrome you can try mostly. Try in Chrome and then see this data is appearing or not in console. In console, or also you can. Okay, so let's try. Everyone should know how to handle it. You run the page in Chrome where you have installed the extension, and there you look into the console. Are you getting the data? So 1, 2, okay. These all are, I think, previous message. I've guided you properly. You need to follow the instruction. Okay. So this file was there in your server. Page 2 file you should compile first. After compilation, you must install that cross region in your browser. Then this file, HTML file, I send you all the code. Run that file, do the right click, open with the live server. It may open in Chrome or IE or Edge, correct? It may go Edge also here, there. So you have little understanding. You can copy the URL and then go to where? Go to the Chrome, paste in that and look into the console, right click and check in console. Now come to this file, HTML file. Where was the data? Data was available under the Node.js. From Node.js, it came to where? HTML. Now quickly, you can run a map function and display inside the page. Book array dot map book comma index. Book comma index. Right here, data equal to data plus. In paragraph, you can print book, close the B tab. Further, to apply the CSS, we can apply a class here, something for FOUR. Loop will get finished. After finishing the loop, you can call a line, get element by ID, booklist.innerHTML, call which one? Data variable. Now booklist is not exist. We have to create a division inside the page. Write ID equal to book list. Before the division, you add one H1 also. Data from node using H function. Data from node using the H function. Data from node using the fetch function. Hopefully, if you refresh the page, it will give you the list of data. Listing. Yes. Chrome. You need to replace the anyhow live server is running. No need to replace, automatically refresh will. Okay. Okay, cool. Now in the same page, another URL data also has to come. Okay. Eh? Okay. No, data is coming. Okay, book list you have. Okay, now run this file. Live server, live server. It is coming to where? It is coming to the edge. Copy that URL. Then go to the Chrome. No, Chrome. You have to go to the Chrome. Open the new tab in Chrome. Paste here. Because cross origin you have installed in another browser. Where? Under the Mozilla Chrome. And by default, your live server is opening under the Edge. Correct? So in Edge extension is not there. It will not give data. Okay. So next, let me share this code also in the chat. Only you need to understand that how to run and where to run. So we have to run this file under the where? Live server through the Chrome. Because extension we have installed in Chrome. When you run it, by default it may go to the Edge also. It may go to the Mozilla also. No problem. Let it go anywhere. You can copy the URL and run here. In case this URL look like odd URL, you can run like this. See, this URL is also same like that. http://localhost:/550/ your file name. What is the file name? book.html. So after running through live server, if it is not coming the data, 5500. If data is not coming in one browser, then already you have run the page in live server, right? Copy this URL and paste in the Chrome. See, this R&D you should be aware of. R&D you should know. See, here data are coming. localhost:/550. Okay. Come down. Write another function. That function will take the data from another URL. But unfortunately, both are running on the same port number.
Yes.
We have to change the port number and we have to run both the API. Okay. So your one HTML file will get the data from two API. Both will be running on different port number. Okay. So we'll compile first that and then we'll come back here. See, this is running on 1111 port number that is called page2.js file. Let me see here option is there. One more tab if I click, what will happen? But it is pointing somewhere else.
C drive. It's pointing C drive.
Pointing to C drive. Also pointing to C drive. Else we can run multiple tabs here. Okay. But that way we can change the part, but you may get confusion. Let it be. One CMD run, no problem. Okay. Come here. Again in the same node app folder. Open one more CMD. Open one more CMD. And in this CMD, we have to run the page 3.
Yes.
But don't run as of now. Page 3 is which port number? Same port. Change 2222. 2222. Oh, not down. Not in comment block. Here. 2222. The page 3, change the port number to 2222. Double two port number we changed, right? Okay, 2222 port number is changed. Now compile it. Compile it. Here. Node space. Node more space. Page 3. This will run on another port number. That is called 2222 port number. Okay. Compile. First we compile the page 3 also and page 2 also. Both should be running. Then we will provide two buttons inside the page. Two buttons. One button click, it will read the data from one API, display inside the page. Second button click, it will read the data from another API. In fact, there will be two functions. Two button, two function. both the function will read the data from different location and display under the book list only. One will display the single dimensional array, another will display the array of object. Okay. So hope you compile the page number 3. Come to the HTML file now. So page number 3 is running on 2222 port number. In HTML file now, after H1, create one button. Call show book name. Show book name. On click of that, you will call the first function. On click of that, you will call the first function. That is called on click. On click. On load also it will display the first book. And on button click also it will display the first book.
Sir, can we have use that and involved on those same?
Both are same. Get book, get my book. One is called get book, another one is called get my book. So book. So book list. First function is called get book, that is going to load on load. Second function is called get my book, right? Get my book will also get the data from there only, but it will give us all the things. All details in the sense following: name, price, and quantity. Complete this HTML part. Write the function called get my book. Const get my book. Get my book. In get my book. In get my book, we will create a variable called data. Then again request will go to the http://localhost://2222. Dot then response. Again response dot JSON, right? Dot then book array. Book array, right? Book array. Book array. Okay. So again, you can try first a length alert book array dot length, book array dot length.
दोनों का एक ही रहेगा.
Both will pass the data in the same division, but clicks are different, no? Buttons are different. Both are not same click. Both are different click. See here, it's showing me the data called 5, and here it is listing the data already. On click of this, it's showing called how many? 5. Coming inside, now we have to run the loop. Again, book array dot map, book array dot map, book comma index. Data equal to data plus, open the div tag, close the div tag, Don't print directly because multiple properties are there. Right inside, open the H2, book.name, close the H2. Then below, you can see name why we are printing. Where the name come from? Okay. It is a name of property. Name, price, as well as QTR. Remaining we can put inside the can. But for P tag again, okay. Then after this, you will write for document dot get element by ID, book list dot inner HTML, book list dot inner HTML equal to that data variable. Book list dot inner HTML equal to data variable. Okay, next on button click. You should see the list of book by the name and by the all the details.
Sir, book list पे click करके वो वाला data है क्या है?
Division is same division, yeah.
वो तो all book नहीं है ना?
Which one? This one. This one.
Yes sir.
Download it will come here. When we click here, that data will get replaced with someone else. Again, once you click here, on click also you are calling the same function. See here.
Yes sir.
On load you are calling the same function. On click you are calling the same function. So when the page will load, page will not be blank. It will display something. But when we click on second one, and again we want to display the first one, then we have to click on the first button. Okay. Write one class for this. Call 4. Here also we are writing class 4. Here also write class 4. Write one CSS and display the 4 CSS. लिखिए कुछ, write some CSS and display 4 element in one line. So book.html file is available in your chat. Complete file, we can download it. Complete file is available in the chat. Open CSS. CSS always before JavaScript. CSS always before JavaScript. Dot 4 margin 1% or 2%, width 20%, and display in line block. In a line block. display inline block, display inline block, seed node. This also will display 4 element. This will also display the 4 element. For body tag, you can write one response CSS, margin 50 pixel from all the side. Margin top 20 pixel, left right 10%, and bottom also 20 pixel. Content will come in 80% area. Content will come in 80% area. Dedication, if you want to see right side room, some people are sitting. They sit daily from 2 o'clock to till 7 o'clock. Not 7 o'clock. When will go? Till 8 o'clock. 2 o'clock to 8 o'clock. Daily homework they will finish here and then they'll go home.
Who's the bad student?
Not your batch students, some other batch people who have a year gap. They have resigned the job in different domain. Now they want a job in the software industry. They have taken a big risk. They have resigned their running job. Okay. Dedication is also important. Okay, so it's appear like this. Okay, now you tell me, like, we have 2 type of data. So we have started two CMD here, 2 API we have. So we have started 2 CMD. Both are running on different port number. If you have 100 URL, then what we have to do? Inside the server, if there is 100 type of data, user list, product list, customer list, billing list, employee list, client list, everything. Then service list. Then what we have to do? How many CMD we have to run? So many CMD, so many port number. Server will be busy to maintain the port number itself. Okay. So this method we have follow to understand the complexity level of directly node. Okay. Next we will understand where we will add the express along with the node. So you don't have to write multiple pages. In one page only you can create 100 API. And all the API will run on the same port number. Port number will be same. Okay, now how we are calling here? We are calling localhost/1111. We can write like this. Book. So it will give the data from which function? Book function. Somewhere we can write call users. It will give the data from the user function. Correct? But the port number will remain same. CMD will run only one. And for all the API, we have to write different function. Okay, and all will run on the same port number. Once CMD will compile and all API will become live. Will we next establish that? Let's come now. In that, you don't need of any JSON. This one, cross origin. If it is a block, because when you create a page and upload your page on the server, will you ask the customer to download the cross origin in your Chrome, then open my website? But no one will do like that. No, they'll say, okay, leave. They have not developed properly. Okay, so this is the cross origin what we have added. We need to add in the backend. So whoever will request for the data, backend will identify and they will be ready to give the data. Okay. So pages is running for everyone, something like this. Okay, the communication is happening between 2 parties now. Client as a JavaScript and server as a Node.js. Now create here a file API1.js. Create a file API1.js. Everyone should try this file. In that, your entire complexity will get reduced. In this file, entire complexity will get reduced. Okay. Now in this API.js file, we have to import the node modules. We have to import the node modules already there. HTTP we have to import, as well as we have to import the this one called express, and we have to import the cross origin. And all we need to combine together. After that it will work. So let me get few lines of simple code there. Server1.js file. If I go, we required express, then we have to create object of express, then we required cross origin. That what we have installed in the Chrome, that will be now based on code. And after that, express dot this many lines. This 4 lines of code is required. So express is already installed in the folder. Cross origin is already installed in the folder, right? After that, node is already installed globally in the system. Okay, isko add kijiye. Please add this line in your that file, API1.js file. I have shared that code in chat also. The first line is calling the express. Second line, I will write the comment here for all. Calling express framework. Second, creating object of express. Object of express. Third one, calling cross library. Calling cross origin library. Next one, creating object of cross origin. Object of cross library. Next one, injecting .json. For what purpose? To send and receive in to send and receive data. Send and receive data in JSON format. JSON format. In the previous file, you remember we have written content type in the beginning. Content type we have written, like we are informing to the client saying like I am going to send the data in the form of JSON. Exact that line here, but it is with the help of which one? Express. So when the request will come to this file, request will be able to receive here in the form of JSON, and when from here we will send the request, that also will be able to send in the form of JSON. In fact, we can send the text data also. Okay, if JSON is enabled, then text we can send directly. Come down. Now we have to create the multiple APIs from here. Okay, we have to give the name of the API as well as we have to write the request and response. What will be the request and what will be the response? So write once app.get / comma function. First will be called as a request and second will be called as a response. So this becomes the landing page of your API. Okay, when we will call this API directly, then which function will load by default? When you will call the URL like localhost:1111, then which API will load, which URL will load by default, which function will load by default? The slash we are given, slash represent the home. So by default, this function becomes a landing page. Okay, inside we will write response.write or response.send better. Response.send h1 server is live. Server is live. Close the h1. Close h1. Send also will work, end will work, write will work. Okay, send will work, end will work, and write will work. In this previous file, end I have written or not, end is required. Response.end. Yeah, response.end. We can write here response.end. Next, after that, on which port number you are going to run this API? What will be the port number of this server? So we have to write here app.listen. 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 Okay. Inside you will add any port numbers. What we should add? 5555. Let it be 5555. After that, comma function. Comma function will come. Then it will be in the last. That line I have written in the last. Okay. Same callback function. Everything. Okay. Comma function. This function request comma response console.log server is running. Server is running or server is started. Okay, server is started on 5555. 𝕊𝖆 port number. Server is started on 𝕊𝖆 port number. Request response was there or not? It was not there. 8 minutes. यहाँ पे request response का logic नहीं है, हटा सकते हैं इसको. Okay. Then we will compile this file and we'll see what is happening. Previous we can close now. Okay. Previous was only just to understand. Complexity level. See, it's not like fetch we have tried first time. Fetch we have tried n number of time. Now to if I come to this file directly, then I will ask why so many lines we have written. Now when we gone through that example, then we understood like, okay, if we have 10 URL, then 10 times we have to open the CMD. Correct? And all 10 CMDs should run, then only 10 data will come. Now we come to the solution saying like, no, that will become lengthy process. So take the help from Express and create a file where in one file we can add multiple functions, and based on our name, we will call a URL and it will give that. Live, server is live.
Yes.
Previous CMD you can close, HTML also you can close, and run this CMD. So what is the URL of this server? http://localhost://55555. Okay? Slash. So when we say /555/ where it is going to hit directly? It is going to hit. It will say your server is live in browser. आप इसको run करके देख सकते हैं. You can run this. It will say your server is live. Server is live. So anyone tried? Like, write it slowly. Okay, I will share it this code also. Upper section code was already sent. This code I will send you. A response is not a function. Response where you wrote. Don't write here response. End means what to say? Huh? End means don't look back, go. There is no data for you. That is the meaning of what? End. Don't wait for the next data. Your data is finished. That is called what? End. Okay. When we send a request to the backend will give the data. And at last it will say bye. No data for you further.
Any receive function?
Huh?
Any receive function?
Any?
Receive, response, dot receive.
Response dot receive. Where?
I'm asking.
No. Those are going to come back. Hold on. That all will come. Response dot receive nahi. Request dot body dot variable name. You remember when you use the JSON server, you used to write under the header, body, post, correct? So where we push the data in body, that body will receive here. We'll write a request dot body, means whatever the request will come, all will come in one object. That is called body. Inside the body, we look for name, email, city. That will be sent by whom? Client, JavaScript side. Okay, so I will go here and I will stop the server and I will run my this server, that is called API 1. API, no? API. .js is optional. You can skip also. It should say server is live. Yeah, server is started on port number 5555. Correct. Go to the browser and open this URL. Any URL you can open. It's not like Chrome only. Okay, suppose
anywhere it will open.
Anywhere it will open because you can see here. Cross origin we have already inserted. Saying like whenever the request will come, from anywhere request will come, no need to identify who are you. Once the request will come, just give the data. Okay. But what will happen if your live server is running somewhere API and someone else will also send a request? Correct or not? So I will guide you when we come under the next API part, or maybe in this file only I'll guide you how to block a particular URL, how to allow a particular URL and not allow anything else. Like suppose your website is running medicalplanet.in. Now if request will come from xyz.com, it should not give the data. Okay, it should give the data only to those requests that come from where? From your website, particular domain. That we can restrict, that we can limit, so that unauthorized user will not access the data of your project. So running for how many people? Please say yes, no. This file was not complicated code, it was easy only. So if you run this file directly, also it will work. It should work for all yes, no. Whoever was saying no earlier, for them also it should be yes. Because now 99% problem is fixed. Only 1% problem is exist. That is anyone can access your data. Okay, that will get to know under the REST API. Okay, REST how to control it. So let's come here. We will write one more. App.get /book list, comma, function. First will be request, second will be response. So this become one API that will run on localhost /5555/book list. Okay, in the previous file there was a single dimensional array.
Yes, sir.
That array you copy paste here. In the previous file, page 2.js, we have a single dimensional array, copy paste here. Page 2 having one array, same line. This two line we require to add here. You need to create an array, and that array should convert into JSON, and finally JSON dot write you should not use here. Now JSON dot send you should use. Okay, response dot send. Response dot send. When you call this URL, it will give this data.
Sir, we use upper JSON in 6 line JSON. Then why we are using in 15 line?
This one?
Yes, sir.
No. This is to allow that JSON can come and JSON can go. Okay. This is for what purpose? You have the data in the form of array. Now before sending, you have to convert into JSON. This line is not like entire. It is going to fix the problem that you should not write JSON anywhere. This line is for what purpose? Express.json is allowed. Means sending and receiving. Else send will happen. Receive will not happen. Okay, when the data will come from the front end in the body object in the form of JSON, at that time it will say particular property is not found. Okay, so we are adding that line so that when the data will come and from the front end to here, we will be able to capture the JSON data. Check this book list. Is coming or not? Localhost /5500/book list. Coming? Book list. This you can go to the browser and /book list. It will give the list of books. Your port number remain same. So in this file we can write n number of function. Okay. Then the question will be this data will come from where? This data will not be always static. It will become a dynamic. Right? So after we will write here 5.6 API, and then we will set up the which one? React. In React we will create some pages. These pages what will write here a static URL. This URL will use under the React. We'll come to know how the data is coming. Then we will understand how to post from the React to here. That will come under the file management. File read write option will see. There get post will happen. Once we get that idea, then we'll come to the next level saying like, now this data should come from database. Then we'll involve the MongoDB in it. Okay, by then your React to Node, Express, sending the value, receiving the value, all will be clear. Next complexity will come the Express, that MongoDB part. Okay, you can handle easily.
So data come from MongoDB to
Node.js.
Okay.
And
from
from
Node.js to React.
And from React to HTML, and from HTML to browser, and browser to user. From MongoDB it will come to where? Node, correct? And from Node it will go to the React, correct? And from React as usual, that you have seen. Okay, so see you tomorrow.